Welcome again for this new meeting. I failed during the last meeting. I failed to present formally Miles Lind as a new member at that moment. That's because we have worked so long time with you before, but okay, I'm sorry now. This is for every one of you. So today we hope to have a quite precise meeting on okay. I hope you could receive the presentation slides. Lisette sent them to you some minutes ago. So if you can prefer to follow it from your side, it's okay. So I go directly through the agenda that I propose for today. First, some very brief reports from my side on the last occurrences for the important for the committee. Second, about the committee membership, and three is the most important now today. It's we have to prepare a plan for our 2022 activities. We still have some ideas and some activities, but we have to put it in a formal plan. Then we have the time to discuss some further developments for the strategic plan 2021-2025, because we have presented up to now to WFEO. We presented only a summary of this strategic plan. So we need to nourish and to grow up inside. And if you have any other matters to discuss, to propose, or to inform, please feel free to add it here or during the meeting. So if everybody agrees, we go through the first point. I will have to share with you these two, a report on these two matters. First, what the committee has done during the 2022 meetings in Costa Rica, the WFEO meetings. And second, about the release of the book on engineering, resilience, and DRM. For the first, we participate, the committee participated in several meetings along about more than a week in all. Very well received, meetings very well organized by Costa Rica, and I take this minute to thank Marcial that received us and was all the time present to help whatever we need. First, we had a meeting on all the chairs of the technical of the committees. as you know, there are 9 or 10 now STCs, this technical committee, similar to the CDRM. So this was a coordinating meeting to discuss some transversal matters that release all the committees. This was one of the first day, and then we participated in at least 3 meetings, 3 days of the executive committee, executive council, where the committee has a chair. One important thing here was the presentation of and the discussion from the part of the council members of our request to continue chairing the Committee on Disaster Risk Management for an additional period. What we informed you in the last meeting. After some discussions, the council accepted our proposal, acknowledged the work done during these 4 years, and the function is to support this formal requirement and face to the General Assembly. And then we had the meeting during 2 days in the General Assembly, where our request was also discussed and presented and voted. So the Assembly approved formally for us to continue in the chairing of this of the committee. They also acknowledge the work done. Evidently, they hope more work, still more work for this new period. The second thing that I have to comment is the preparation, all the previous actions before the the public release of the book. The book deserves, in fact, an important public presentation because of your very hard work. I think you have to be not only recognized, but known by people, by final users of this knowledge and these recommendations. So it will be, as you have already heard, it will be released in a side event to the 7th Multi-Hoster Forum on Science, Technology, and Innovation for SDGs of the United Nations. The 6th May, it means from now to almost near 1 month at 7:30. So you are evidently all invited to this meeting. We really acknowledge and thank all the support of Guna Lang, that is a WFEO is the chair of the WFEO committee on with the UN relationships between WFEO and the United Nations system. Of course, of President Gonke, also the hard work of Marlene Kanga as during all the past year as past president and now member of the committee. She has done a lot of work in not only preparing documents, but also assuring some relationships with key people in the United Nations and with UNESCO. We have prepared this Colegio de Ingenieros del Perú, prepared the flyer. That is what I show you there. Tomorrow it will be approved by the organizing committee and released. We will send it to you also for your own diffusion in your networks. So this flyer was prepared, and also there is a web page for the event. This is the first screen, and it's a quite simple web page with the general information, the title of the conference. That is the same title of the book, to match together. There are the logos from the WFEO, from the committee, of the Colegio de Ingenieros, of UNESCO, of ISC, International Science Council, that will also be present. It's a very important partner to work together, and we expect to work together during the next years. And also we have the logo of the American Society of Civil Engineers that support the organization from the North American part with the Zoom platform and the management of the technical part of the meeting. I'm not always very good with the protocols, but I'm sure I forgot at the beginning to introduce you. I said only welcome to the new president of the Colegio de Ingenieros del Perú, of the Peruvian Engineer Association, Engineer María del Carmen Ponce. Is she always with us, Liz? Because I don't have all the participants. Oh, yes. If Ingeniera Ponce, if you want to just to say hello or to intervene in any moment, please just let it to me, let it know me. Also, I'm browsing the participants and profit to give to welcome Jenny John. That hello, Jenny.
Hi, hello, Professor. Hi.
Is going to replace Professor Eric Ma, Engineer Eric Ma, that has done a great work in the committee and very collaborative. We will prepare a small document to recognize him on this. I'm sorry. Okay. Continue Yes, it was. This is the web page. In the web page, there is a program. Very nice photos that are put there. On the we will have several lot of speakers. So each speaker is being told to have just the precise minutes, because this is will not be a long meeting, only 1 hour and 15 minutes. So we have to be engineers in the very precise sense of the term. As you see, we will have presentations of the core section is the presentation of the book chapters. So it takes maximum 4 or 5 minutes for every chapter, and the introduction, the welcome and the opening remark will be done by the president of WFEO, Jose Vieira, and the launching, the release of the book by Shamila Nair Beduel, that is the Assistant Director General of for the Natural Sciences of UNESCO. And at the end of we will have Dr. Han Xunli, that is the director, executive director of the program on integrated research for disaster, integrate research for disaster reduction, IRDR, that is a joint venture between ISC and the United Nations Office for Disaster Reduction, UNDRR. And for the closing remarks, we will have our 3 colleagues and collaborators, Dr. Gonke, Professor Gonke from China as past president, Engineer Marlene Kanga, also by past president, and Engineer Gunalang as organizer of the and liaison with the United Nations. Okay, this is all for us. Reports. If you have any questions or comments on this.
Hi, Jose. This is Fonte speaking. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I think the nationalities is actually being changed to China, not the Hong Kong. Yeah. For me, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hi, Professor, Mr. Chairman. May I simply introduce myself? Hi, everybody. Everybody, it's my honor to join this committee indeed. And let me just briefly introduce myself. My name's Jenny, and I'm representing the Hong Kong Institution of Engineers in this committee. And my profession is actually geotechnical engineering. I graduate with a master in philosophy from the Cambridge University of the United Kingdom, and actually in geotechnical engineering. So I'm now working in the geotechnical engineering office of Hong Kong government, and I'm looking after slope safety. And also my expertise is maybe in landslide risk management. And I've done a lot of work related to the public education and communication related to landslide risk management. So I think I'm very interested to join this committee. And I think I can contribute my little thinking or yes, to this committee. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Jenny, and welcome again. Marlene, please. Take your
Thank you.
microphone.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Can you please go back to the slide showing the
Yes.
flyer for the event? I just wanted to give some additional points I wanted to make.
I think there is.
Now with the speakers. Yeah, or this one or the next, the list which shows the list. So I just wanted to say that this is the book is a very important initiative of the committee, and I'd like to congratulate the committee and all the authors for their work in contributing to this book. It's been a huge exercise, I'm sure, and it's really highly valued. And when I was asked to write a foreword, I was very pleased to do that, of course, because I've worked in disaster risk management and on the risk assessment side and using quantified methods and models, applying that to infrastructure assets that may be impacted. But it occurred to me that this was such an important publication that we should release it at an important platform like the UN SDI, and the conversation began from that, and to also ask the UNESCO Assistant Director General, ADG, of the science sector, that's the SC, to write a foreword. And this is not an easy task to get her to do something, and we still haven't got the foreword approved. I've written the foreword, a draft for her, and it's been there for 2 months, and it's gone from one person to the next, still working on that, but hopefully we get it. But she has confirmed that she will speak on the day and release the book. This is raising the profile of this book and the committee to a high level, not only at UNESCO, but at the United Nations, and also, of course, of WFEO, which is shown by the support of 3 presidents of WFEO. Gonki and I will only speak for a minute, but we will be there as supporters and observers. So I think this is a very important moment for the committee, which has never not been achieved before. So I just wanted to mention so that we all take a moment and think about the importance of this. The second very important achievement is to get the International Science Council, which is the co-chair of the major group of stakeholders in science and technology with WFEO. So WFEO and ISC are the co-chairs. And we usually partner with them, and usually ISC takes the lead and does some event, because we are usually given a spot at this very important forum, and because it's on science, technology, and innovation, but they usually take the limelight and release a book, and we then go along. This has happened for years, and so this is the first time that we're doing it the other way around. And it was good that we were able to invite Dr. Han Kunli, and he's going to speak about IRDR. The International Science Council Secretariat and there's now an acting executive director, Matthew Denny, are very pleased that we did this voluntarily. We didn't exclude ISC, and it's very important that we continue to work with Dr. Han, and I hope that the committee will do so, because the IRDR program is quite an important one. The third point in terms of the partnerships is with the American Society of Civil Engineers, that is of hosting the Zoom link. And of course, Dr. Gunalang is the chair of the WFEO UN Relations Committee, but also past president of the American Society of Civil Engineers. ASCE has a very important focus on resilience and infrastructure. So they are this is why they very quickly also joined and said they will support, and they will, I have no doubt, promote this event to ASCE members as well. So I hope that we get a very good audience. So I just wanted to emphasize that this is all strategically very important, raises the profile of the committee. One more item that has come through is that the UNESCO has a disaster risk management group, which I had made initial contact in 2018, and they had in fact attended our conference in London, but they came and went very quickly, and we didn't get a chance to engage with them. they are now involved with the forward. They're checking the forward for Ms. Shamila Nar-Bedual. And I would recommend that the committee, after the event, engages with them and perhaps get the program specialist, Dr. Soichiro Yasukawa, to maybe attend the committee and be a member of the committee. It would be really important to have that. And I think from there, other things might happen, you know, it will evolve and we will have a good, I think it's very good to have a good alignment with them. They have conferences in UNESCO from time to time, and there may be opportunities to speak at those conferences and interact with them further. So I just wanted to say that this is a very important moment and event for the committee. And yes, we've got a lot of speakers, but we wanted to make the most of the opportunity and to give visibility to everyone who had contributed, you know, to this event. And hopefully now we've got a very nice website, thanks to Lisette. We've been working very hard in the last week. It was only approved last week. And the next item is to make sure we get that forward. I'm in almost daily contact with them to try and release that as well. So congratulations to the committee. I just wanted to give that other background to this event. So it's not an, it's no easy task to get on the agenda of the Science Technology Innovation Forum. And if it was not virtual, we would all be inside the UN building, which is very, I mean, it would have been very, very exciting to have been in New York and to actually be there in the building. So I just wanted to give you a sense of how important this is for the committee and for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marlene. Yes, Liz is has told me that I have a mistake here in this slide. I put the 6 May, and in fact, it should be excuse me.
5 May.
Yes, it's the 5 May. Okay. It's the 5 May at 7:30 in New York time. So for our speaker from some parts of the world, it will be difficult, and we will arrange people that cannot be online, maybe send their sections in a video register. Okay. Good. I go forward. Okay, this is our second point now is try to minimize my. As a membership, we have discussed this in the last meeting on February 25. Now we have been asked to give the new composition of the committee. So we send an email to every people, every member, and we have received the replies. So we will proceed now with to recompose the membership with all those that have been active and that have those that have responded to the call. In addition, during the meetings in Costa Rica, I received at least 4, and maybe one else, there is requests from the country representative to appoint a member in to the committee. So we expect in the next days to have the names for a representative from Brazil, from Argentina, from Germany, and UPADI. For those that are not familiar with the name, UPADI is the Union of Pan American institutions of engineers. So these resembles are quite numerous, a big group of engineers from different countries of the Americas in general. So we will include, and we have a new list of our members. So I will ask to vice chairs and to leaders of the working groups to try to include those new members, and also invite members as working group, as invited members for the work, even if they are not formally members of the committee. We have done this, for example, for the writing of the book. We have had good support of some specialists that were willing to give a contribution in some of the chapters. Okay, the third point is the planning of the activities for this year. And I had points 1, 2, 3, but now I have a point 0. That is what we should do right now. And is the book, our book will be distributed from here in 1 month. And it will take still some time for the users to read it and to extract the important things and messages and recommendations from the book. So we have been requested by special members of the WFEO board to prepare an extract, a summary of the book, and this should not be too difficult. So I call to the leaders of every working group to prepare no more than 1 page or 1.5 page text, and if it's necessary, 1 more figure, based on the key messages, for example, of the chapter. Yeah, and this in the next 2 weeks. So we can compile that, and the set can prepare really a booklet, a leaflet to be distributed just as it was told one of the last days, as a cook receipt, as a cookbook, something that really could be applicable as ideas, as messages, very quickly. Okay, this is the immediate, and then we have to prepare, and I show you, we have to fill this. We have 9 months ahead this year, and several type of activities. Okay, the main that we have been discussed for the previous plans and have been successful, we think, are groups of technical meetings, conferences, short courses, like those that we did in the previous period, and publications, but more publications than only one book during the period. So we have these 3 type of activities, and the technical meetings that include webinars, properly webinars, symposia, plus bigger, plus elaborated, and workshops that are not, especially not really to show to the public in the first time, but workshops just using the true meaning of the word, no? That is to prepare something, to a product. On we will see the thematic. We may have up to 3 focus of these meetings. One is a general subject within the working group. I mean, land use planning or infrastructure, and to have general message to obtain a general product on the general concept of the infrastructure systems and the resilience. Is the general thematic of the working group. But also we can work, you can work, we all, in specific matters within the thematic of every working group. And finally, we also deal with transverse subjects, transverse to 2 or more working groups. So we have to prepare and develop ideas very quickly on this. From now, we have already committed for this year to organize a new version of the International Symposium on Disaster Risk Management that was organized for 12 times in the previous group by Japan, and then 2 times in Lima. And the last year we couldn't do it, and for this year we are committed to have this meeting. For it, we have discussed with Marcial Rivera, member from Costa Rica, and Costa Rica would be willing to convene the meeting together with the committee near probably in October or November of this year. So this is a typical activity, transverse, that should include all the working groups. The other 2 activities are short courses and publications. As I said, short courses, maybe we can continue the same methodology to prepare them. We will, Lisette and I will share with you how we have achieved the previous ones, for you to prepare one at least from your working group. And about publications, also we have had observations on about is not work long time for one big publication, but prepare more quickly and more lighter publications that are focused and again as a cookbook, cook recipe for specific problems. Okay, we have seen, and you can also access to, for example, publications of other technical committees of WFEO. So they are lighter and specific, and there are, for example, publication on their own discussions during a workshop. Discussions that are recorded and transposed to a text, and then with the key messages and conclusions at the end. So let's try to work on in this way. Okay, to program these activities, just I have already shown you. We will work on a chronogram. We have already tried to put activities along the year. We have already this, I put here in October with the color of conference, and that is transversal to all our working groups, the 14th ISDRM, the International Symposium. Okay. Concerning courses, maybe we can organize up to 3, I would say at least 3, this is the goal, short courses during the year. It takes some time to the organization to find to contact the teachers and okay, to put the platform and so on, even the translation. So maybe 3 is a reasonable goal. And then I haven't put here publications, but I would ask to everyone to have at least one webinar on the general theme for every working group. So we should have one webinar on the general theme on land use planning, on data management, on infrastructure, on institutional frameworks, and so on. And this could be based on one presentation made by the leader and invited discussion panel, invited people. Like this, we can make a better diffusion on the contents of the book. Okay, so this is one goal. There are here the 3 short courses, and I ask you now to please submit the proposals on the themes that you think that are relevant to either to the working groups or to transverse themes to 2 or 3 or all the working groups. And we expect also at least one publication of every working group. Before the next point, and say this is the bigger point, I would like to hear your observations or reactions on this. Okay. Marcial, is October a suitable month to prepare the international symposium?
I think it's a good time. I was seeing that Colegio Federal is preparing an activity for. I was looking. I think it's for September. It's something that I received today. That is it's from UPADI, Congreso Iberoamericano de Ingeniería de Proyectos. I don't know how to translate that exactly. But,
let's try. For other people, it's a Pan American Congress on project engineering.
I think it's something like that. And it's something that is going to be held on 21, 22, 23 September. So I think that if we think on October, it will be a good time. I only have to see because every single years we have on October our change of heads of every single college. So October used to be a little bit full with activities. Maybe November could be, but I think it depends on the day. It's like 5 activities that had to be held on October and one that has to be held on September. But I think that we can search for a date between October or starting November. That could be the best days.
Okay, so we refine the date, but we may start organizing the working groups, the sessions, the contributions.
I think Marlene has written something that WFEO Executive Council is to being held on October.
Yes, but this is it is by 11 or 14 is the first. I don't remember the date. If it is the date is not finalized. So we will be attentive on this date, not to. Okay, we have also.
But I think October and November are always good dates. That are when traveling is not so expensive, when activities are not so there are not so many, so it's a good time.
Okay. Yes, we in the last meeting also Marlene suggested to make some activities in cooperation with the Engineering Alliance or the Federation of Engineering Education Societies. And also we would like Marlene to know how could we interact with the new platform and the program that you presented during the meetings.
Yes, thank you, Jose. That's very important. So, as you know, the WFEO Academy platform or website was launched at the General Assembly, And one of the, there are three pillars to it. One is for engineering educators. The second is for professional engineering institutions and accreditation bodies, so it's organizational. And the third is for practicing engineers, technologists, and technicians. And I think this committee can contribute material, in that third area, which would be very valuable and help engineers in attaining registration. So basically, any webinars or courses that you produce, if you send them in MP4 or video format, that is not the link, but the actual video, then we can upload that with a description of the content, who is the speakers and whatever, and where, and acknowledge that it has come from this committee. And we usually have a small quiz of about 4 or 5 questions to ensure that people have actually watched the content, and we provide a certificate. And if people do 10 courses, they get a digital badge, a bronze, silver, and gold. If they do 30, they get a gold digital badge. But mainly the purpose is to train engineers in a wide range of topics and to help them to attain the equivalent of registration in their country, because especially in risk management, safety, ethics, these areas are very difficult to find training on. I know it's difficult in Australia for chartered, we call it chartered engineering. So this can be promoted to the national and international members of WFEO to promote to their individual members, to therefore take the opportunities of the global opportunities that this website provides for training from experts, from global experts. So any webinars that you have or courses that you produce, we would be very glad, or the education committee will be very glad to take those and put them on the WFEO Academy site as well. You can have them on your own site, but we can also put them on the WFEO Academy site.
Okay, could you share with us the link of the WF Academy and the groups to have for every one
Yes.
in the committee to have more
link.
information what you presented?
I will send it's basically wfeoacademy.com, and
Okay.
I can show you right now. It's live.
Or later.
Yeah. So if you want me to share my screen, I can just show you what the homepage looks like, so you know it exists.
Yes.
Yeah, try and.
You can give the admission list.
See it?
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yes.
So,
okay.
These are the 3 platforms. So the professional development is the area that we would contribute courses, and I won't take up time here, but you can go through and see the courses. There are about 12 courses already uploaded, but very few in this area. They're mainly for educators and accreditation bodies, which has which is where the alliance. So we're getting that. The material for engineering educators is coming from the International Federation of Engineering Education Societies and the Global Engineering Deans Council. So they run webinars every 2 weeks. They have a big library, and we have taken only what's relevant to us and what we want to do. And we'll do that from time to time. And the International Engineering Alliance, which provides a mutual recognition for engineering qualifications, and many on the call, China, New Zealand, Australia, Peru are signatories to the alliance. So we're we're trying to get more national members to become signatories. And as part of that training, the content from International Engineering Alliance will be uploaded. And that third pillar is the professional development in other areas for qualified engineers, where risk management, disaster risk management, safety, ethics, etc., we'll upload that content.
So, okay, very, very good. Yes, Liz also I need to remember that Colegio de Ingenieros del Perú and Engineer María del Carmen Ponce, that is here present, push us to have a Spanish version of the book, of the booklet. So Colegio de Ingenieros are giving an additional support to translate all the book. We will ensure the technical part of the and the technical supervision of the translation, to have a version in Spanish to distribute to the Spanish spoken people, engineers and interested. Excuse me, the stops are because I'm also trying to read at the same time the messages. Yes, the book in Spanish will be presented, will be launched in June during the anniversary week of the Colegio de Ingenieros. We are going to have, this is not good for me because I don't remember, it's 80 years, 80th anniversary or, no, 62, and it was 60th anniversary, yes. Okay, I'm near to finish with the last part of this meeting with what I'm presenting now. I think I'm sharing correctly. Okay, it is just to call your attention that we are not going to work it now here, but we have to develop the strategic plan for, you have these 5 pages, and that Lisette sent you 3 weeks ago. So please, on this, we discussed it in the last meeting, and please take the time to work on this. We are going especially to develop the section of strategic actions aligned with the strategic objectives. So to describe more in detail the actions, and then we have to put all this in the, say, in the time frame that from now up to 2025. Okay, not the detail or the name of the seminars, of the courses, but yes, the general subjects where we are going to focus on this. We will exchange during this time up to the next meeting. And this is all from my part. If you want to still discuss any other matter, please, Marie. No, we cannot hear you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Very quickly, if I might share my screen, there was one additional point that I wanted to inform the committee on.
Yes.
So I hope you can see this. This is the announcement on the WFEO page of the award received by Dave Brunsden. So we took it from the newspaper report of the New Zealand Herald. And this will also go out with the next WFEO newsletter, which I think is going to be later this week, but it is already on the website and you can see the link. I will send the link. I'll put the link in the chat as well. I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's very important for engineers to be recognized. And so we're very pleased about that. And the Secretariat was very good to do that. Dave didn't send me anything, so we just took that article and reproduced it. But congratulations again.
Goodness me, thank you very much, Marlene.
Congratulations also again, Dave. All the best. Anything else? Okay. So we have now a path to follow, and I will be remembering this frequently. Please think about what I have asked you and request you today to start working very soon on the plan and on these activities. Okay, thank you very much. Stay well, and up to the next meeting. Gracias, María del Carmen, también por su presencia.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody.
Hasta luego. Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Good day. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Gracias a todos.
Gracias.